Hey, welcome. So the next flow will be flow more for beginners. I'm gonna focus mainly in the helping um, helping build strength in the upper back body, shoulder, spine, hands, and it's gonna be like around 30 minutes of flow. So it's gonna be very good for beginners. Um, so I'll demonstrate the poses and give you some cues exactly how to get to the pose, and also give you some cues regarding the breath. So enjoy. I really recommend, if you want to put some music whenever you're gonna do the flow. It's gonna be very helpful. Um, Another thing that is really important in yoga, if you never did yoga in your life, and I know that the person I'm doing this flow for never really did any yoga in his life, so it's to be aware and stay aware and alert to the breath. That's what separates yoga from any other exercise or other kind of, you know, Pilates, gym. It's the focus that we put on our breath, and that's it. Have fun. So the first thing that we're gonna do, as the flow and the pose, it's gonna be child pose. So we're gonna get to child pose by putting our toes together and our knees apart. You can put them apart or you can put them together. If it's feel more comfortable for you, you can put the knees together. I like to put them apart. We're gonna sink our tailbone down to our heels and send the hands forward. So leave the forehead on the ground and just let the chest sink down into the mat and connect to your breath. That's a really good pose to reconnect to your breath. I really like this pose because it's helped to strengthen and to align the spine and open up the hips and strengthen our shoulders. And you're gonna stay here for a few rounds of breath. So start to connect to your breath. Take a deep inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose, let it go. Keep connecting to your breath. Be aware to how every inhale that you create space in your belly, in your chest, and every exhale, let go and empty this space that you created in your belly and in your chest. In yoga, we usually use in a breath. Continue with the breathing. I'm just gonna keep explaining you a little more things about yoga. In yoga, we usually the breath that we use is an active breath that's called Ujjayi breath. It's breath that you're gonna use the inhale and exhale only from the nose. It's a breath with sound, and it's more active. I'll talk about it later on if I'm gonna keep doing that. So I'm just gonna explain it more later. In the meantime, just try to focus in breathing from the nose and exhale from the nose. And stay with the awareness to the breath. With the next inhale, lift the palms of the hands up from the floor, but let the fingers stay on the mat. So you can look at me. The palm of the hands was like that, and now I just let it go up to an elephant hands and spread out my fingers, and keep breathing here for like 3 rounds of breath. Try to send the shoulders back in here and down. Take a very deep inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose. And release your hands back to the floor. And with the inhale, send yourself, push yourself up on your hands. Stay on your knees to a tabletop. This is a tabletop. Make sure that you spread your hands and your fingers wide on the mat. Hands under the shoulders, so they are shoulder distance apart. Knees also hip distance apart, so look at your knees and make sure that they are on the right line. It's kind of like how dogs stand on their hands and on their feet. Make sure that your spine is neutral here, so one line from the tailbone to your head, the crown of the head, and go up over like your wrist. So don't lay down on your wrist. Try to spread your fingers very wide, so it's going to protect your wrist. With the inhale, open the chest, drop the belly down, send the tailbone up, and send the shoulders to meet each other. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the back, tailbone go down and forward. So you look at your tailbone and the tailbone look at your face. Inhale, open the chest, drop the belly down, let the tailbone go up, and spread and send the shoulders to meet each other. Exhale, round the back, send the belly up, chin to the chest. Look at your tailbone, tailbone look at you. 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, open the chest, spread your thighs, look up. Exhale, round your back, chin to the chest, tailbone look at you, and you look at your tailbone. One last time. Inhale, open the chest, spread your thighs, look up, open your chest. Exhale, chin to the chest, round your back, look to the tailbone, tailbone look at you. Inhale, take you back to neutral. Exhale, make sure that you have like one line with your spine. With the inhale, keep your left hands on the ground and send your right hands up to the ceiling. Look up. Exhale, let the back side of your right hands go under the left hands. Put the right shoulder on the mat and the right ear on the mat. So you kind of stretch your right shoulder in here. Send your left hands forward over your head. So stretch your left hand. Keep your thighs aligned. So if you see that your thighs go to the left a little bit, engage the belly a bit and send it to neutral. Take a few breaths in here and just stay here a little bit just to stretch your right shoulder. This is a very, very good stretch for your back shoulder. And it's a great way to just open up the shoulder and stretching it up. Keep inhale and exhale from the nose. Try to notice what comes to your head while you're staying in this pose, and you try to stay focused on your breath. Just notice. Amazing. The next inhale, send your left hands under your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale and push yourself up. Let your right hands go up, back to the ceiling. Look at your right hand. Open up the chest. Exhale, send your right hands back to a tabletop. Right hands and left hands under your shoulder. We're going to do the same thing on your left side this time. Inhale, open your left hands up to the ceiling. Look at the ceiling, open your chest. Exhale, thread the needle and let your back side of the left hands go under the right hands. Put the left shoulder on the ground. Keep your hips aligned, and with the inhale, send your right hand forward. Amazing. Make sure that your hips are aligned, so if it's drop a little bit to the right, just put them over your knees. And breathe. Amazing, you guys. Keep breathing. Take a deep inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose. Let it go. Great. In the next inhale, send your right hands back under the right shoulder. Exhale, engage the belly. And with the inhale, push the floor with your right hands and lift your left hands to the ceiling. Look at it. Exhale, place your left hands under your left shoulder. You're back in tabletop. Let's do a few rounds of cat-cow, like what we did before. So with the inhale, open the chest, send the tailbone up to the ceiling, send your shoulders to meet each other. Exhale, round the back, chin to the chest, tailbone look at your face. Inhale, open the chest, drop the belly, spread your thighs. Exhale, chin to the chest, tailbone look at your face, you look at your tailbone. Inhale, go back to neutral. And with the exhale, send your hands a little bit forward like that. Rest your thighs on the mat. And with the inhale, place your hands, your arms of your hands on the mat. So your elbows is under the shoulders, a little bit, few inches maybe forward from the shoulders. Open your chest, shoulders down and back. So back and down. Send the chest forward to Sphinx. Spread your fingers really wide on the mat. Use your arms, so you're going to push the mat with your arms. And send the chest up, back, forward, and up. Release everything else. So try to notice if there is anything else that you use in your body, like maybe your glutes or your feet. Everything else needs to be relaxed. The only thing that working in here is your shoulder and your upper back. So make sure that you send the chest forward and the shoulders go back and under. This is a very, very, very good. This is a very good stretch also for your shoulders. It's also open up the chest. It send the shoulders down and back. And we're gonna stay here just for a little bit more, just to open up our chest. It's to create some more strength in our shoulder. And again, kind of give your body a scan. So try to feel if there is any other place in your body that keep any that you use that you don't need to use, like glutes, like feet, like thighs. Relax everything else. The next inhale, push your chest forward and up. Exhale, let your upper body go down on the floor. Send your hands forward. The palm of the hands on the ground to pranam. So the palm of the hands on the ground, your forehead on the ground. And bend your knees and just wind shape your feet from side to side. And breathe. The next inhale, you're going to send the hands under the shoulders, bend the elbows. Inhale, push the floor with your hands this time. Keep the elbows close to your body. And with the inhale, push yourself, your chest up and forward. Very similar to what we did before, it's just a different variation. This is a cobra. Exhale, let it all go. One more time. Inhale, open the chest, lift the chest up, and send the chest forward. Shoulders go down and back. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop. So hands under the knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the thighs. Tuck the toes on your mat, and with the with the inhale, push your thighs up and back to down facing dog. This is one of the most basic poses in the yoga world. This is a down dog. This is a great stretch. It's actually waking up the entire muscles in the body. So the idea in this pose is to keep your spine neutral, to keep your spine straight in one line, like you see my spine. It's not really important if your knees is bent together. You can keep your knees bent, that's totally fine. And your heel, just energetically wants to get to the floor, but they don't have to. That's not the most important thing in here. The most important thing in here is to actually keep your spine neutral. So push the floor with your hands. If you need, you can bend the knees, you can keep your heels high. But the most important thing is to keep your spine neutral in here. Amazing. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale this time from the mouth. Let it all go. Inhale with your hands, walk with your hands. Slowly, slowly to meet your feet. Bend your knees pretty wide. Let your head stay heavy. And with the inhale, send your hands clasp your hands over your low back. And just let your hands go over your head as much as you can to open your chest. Bend the knees as much as you need. Let your head stay very, very heavy. Send your feet down to the floor. Keep yourself grounded. Engage the belly slightly. And maybe take some swing, very light swing from side to side, just to open your side body. And breathe. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, let your hands go. Inhale, straight, or you can still keep your knee bent, whatever you feel. Or straight your knees, or keep your knees bent. And send your hands to your shin. Straight your spine and your side body to halfway lift. Keep your spine aligned. If you need, you can always keep your knee bent. But again, spine is straight and neutral. Exhale, let your hands go, let your heads go. Inhale, bend the knees and slowly, vertebra after vertebra, let your body, your torso go up. Head come last, and hands come last. Now you barely see me now. I'm going to try to make it. So this is a high mountain pose. Spread your fingers to the side, open your chest in here, engage the belly, send the shoulders back and down. Feel how you are grounded on your feet. Take a deep inhale in here, open the chest. Exhale from the nose. Amazing. Take a deep inhale, send your hands over your head, look up. Exhale, put your hands together, let your thumbs stay on your heart, bound to your fingers. One more time, inhale, raise your hands over your head, look up. Exhale, hands on prayer on your heart center, bound to your fingers. One last time, inhale, open your hands, raise your hands up. Look at your hands. This time with the exhale, we're going to do forward fold. So we're going to let your torso go down with your hands. Bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Send your hands on your shins. Stretch your back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, put your hands on the mat and send your hands to a high plank. So hands under shoulders, engage the belly. Create some round on your upper back to protect your low back. Push the floor with your hands. Exhale, bend the knees to the floor. Bend the knees to the floor. Bend your elbows. Keep your tailbone up. Chin to the floor, so it's ankle touching. Knees, chin, and chest. Inhale, open. Push the floor and open your chest. You are in cobra. Exhale, let it go. Push the floor with your hands, knees close to your body. And with the inhale, open your chest again to cobra. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, send yourself up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. You are in down facing dog. Again, spine straight. Bend the knees if you need, heels up. It's not really matter. The most important here in this pose that your spine gonna stay straight. Send the shoulder to their socket here. Inhale, go very, very high on the balls of your feet and slowly walk with your hands very slowly on your tippy toes to meet your hands on the top of the mat. You are in forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, send your hands to your shin, shoulder in, spine neutral. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, and this time with straight spine, let your hands go up, your torso up. High mountain pose, samastitihi, hands in prayer on your heart center. So one more round like that. Inhale, open your chest, raise your hands over your head. Exhale, forward folds. Let your torso go down to the floor. You can bend the knees if you need. Open your feet this time to a hip distance apart if they weren't there already. Bend the knees really, really deep. Keep your left hands on the mat, and with the inhale, send your right hands up to the ceiling. Look up. Exhale, send your hands forward and to the mat. Keep your right hand this time on the mat, and with the inhale, lift your left hands up. Look at the ceiling. Engage the belly slightly. Protect your low back. Exhale, send your left hands in front of you and back to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Send your hands to your shin. Engage the belly, straight spine. Exhale, put your hands on the mat. Send your hands back. You're in a high plank. Engage the belly. Don't forget to push the floor with your hands. Create some round on in your upper back. Exhale, bend the knees. 8-point touching. So it was knees, chin, and chest. Inhale, open your chest to cobra. Elbows close to your body. Just forward and back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop. And back to how we start the class, through your child pose. So open your knees as wide as you want, as wide as you can, toes together, sink with your tailbone to your heels. Send your hands forward, rest with your forehead on the mat, and reconnect to your breath. Take a deep inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose. One more very, very, very deep and slow inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose. With the inhale, go up to a tabletop like we did before. Exhale, send your hands a few inches forward, spread your fingers wide, and let your tailbone sink back. Send your hands forward, but what's sinking here is actually your chest. So it's called puppy pose, and if we've been in child pose before like that, what actually sank down was the tailbone. In here, the hands is forward. We sink with our tailbone back, but we let our chest sink down on the floor. You can put the forehead on the floor, you can put your chin on the floor, or if you cannot reach the floor, that's totally fine, just to stay here. This is a great chest opening. We're gonna stay here for a little bit. Take a few breaths in here. Inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose, let it go. Inhale from the nose. Exhale from the nose. The next inhale, push the floor with your hands. Send your hands under the shoulder to tabletop. And cross your legs together. Sink your hips back. You're in a crossed-legged on the floor. So cross your legs and let your hands stay on your legs. With the inhale, send your hands over your head like we did in standing, just in sitting. Exhale, samastitihi. Thumbs on your heart, bound to your fingers. Inhale, open your hands. Raise your hands over your head. Exhale, thumbs of your hands on your heart. Inhale, raise your hands over your head. And this time, sink forward. Let your heads go forward and your head go forward, or wherever you want. If here it's enough for you and you feel the stretch, that's enough. If you want a little bit forward, that's good. If you can go to the mat and put your forehead on the mat, that's great. Feel what's good to your body. Listen to your body. Let your body be the one that tells you what to do and not your mind. Usually it's the mind that tells the body what to do, but in yoga we listen to our body, and we let our body decide for us and kind of guided us what is good for him and what is not good for him. So if here it's enough, just stay here. With the inhale, walk with your hands, slowly, go to neutral over your sink. Take a deep inhale, bend the knees to your chest, and with the exhale, let your feet slide on your mat forward. If it's can totally fine to stay with the bent with a bent knee. But again, the most important is to keep our spine neutral. So if you see that in here you stay like that, that's not good. So just bend the knees. If you need to bend them like that, that's totally fine, as much as you can. Again, let your body tells you what is good and what is not good. Inhale, let your hands rise over your head. Exhale, forward folds. Let your head rest, if you're here, on the knees. If you're here on the knees, and just go with your torso down wherever you want and whatever your body tells you to do. English, it's good. And breathe. With the inhale, slowly walk your body up. Bend the knees to your chest and hug your knees. Let your forehead rest on your knees. Hug yourself. Give yourself some gratitude for this amazing practice that you gave for yourself today. Take a deep inhale in here. Let your head go up. Exhale, slowly go lie down on your mat. Inhale, knees to the chest. Hug your knees close to your body. Maybe send your knees to the right and the left. Swing from side to side. Tuck the chin to the chest. With the inhale, bend the knees close to your chest, and exhale, straight your right leg in front of you, left knee closer to your body, and exhale, send your left knee over your right side of the body. Shift your hips to the left side to a twist. Send your head to the left side and open your left hand to the left. Feel the twist and just surrender to the twist and breathe. Open the chest and look to the left. If it's too intense, you can just leave your head in the center and keep your left hands closer to your left side of the body. That's totally fine. But if you feel that your body allows you and wants you to open your left hands to the left, that will deepen the twist. Inhale, send your left knee closer to the chest. Send your right knee closer to the chest. Hug both of them. Swing maybe to side. Take a deep inhale and keep your right knee close to the chest and send your left leg straight in front of you. And with the exhale, the same thing. Send your right knee over your left side of the body to a twist. Open your right hands to the side. Look at the right if your body allows you. If not, it's totally fine to stay in the center and breathe. This is one of my favorite twists in yoga. It's a great twist and it's open the entire spine. It's twisted up and very good for the low back. If people suffer from low back pain or low back problem, that's a great way to open up and stretchen up the low back. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, let your right knee go back to neutral, hips back to neutral. Hug your right knee, let your left knee join your right knee. Hug both of them closer to your chest. Swing from side to side. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, let your feet go down on the mat, knees to the ceiling, hands closer to your body. And with the inhale, we will send our thighs up to bridge. So send your heels closer to your tailbone as much as you want, as much as you feel comfortable. And with the inhale, slowly push the floor with your heels and send your tailbone up. Keep your upper back on the floor. Keep your knees straight to the ceiling, chin to the chest. Release the glutes if you see that you use them. And just push the floor with your feet to a slightly bridge. Exhale, let it go. Slowly, slowly let it go. Vertebra after vertebra. Inhale, send your knees close to your chest. With the exhale, open your feet to a happy baby. So happy baby is a great pose also for your back. So open up your feet, straighten it up a little bit. Keep your knees bent. Send your hands to your shin, to your outer foot, to your inner foot, wherever you feel comfortable. Keep your spine neutral, so stay aware to your spine. Keep the entire spine on the floor. And just like a baby crying, very, very flexible baby, let your feet, legs go from one side to another. Feel your spine here. Breathe. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees closer to your chest, and inhale, open everything. Open your legs, open your arms to a Shavasana. Close your eyes. Let your hands open on the floor, palm of your hands to the ceiling. Legs wide apart. Open your entire body. Let your entire body spread himself on the floor. Shavasana is the symbolize of the death for every practice. It's a pose that we always end our practice with. You can, because you do it in your house, so you can do as long as you want the Shavasana, but it's actually a great time to reconnect to yourself and feel the different in your body from before you start the practice and what happened to your body while and after you actually finish the practice. You let your body sink to the mat. You let everything rest. You let your thoughts sink to the mat. And you try to connect to the feeling, to the sensation that you create and you got from this practice. So stay here as much as you can. And as much as you want, actually, not as much as you can, as much as you want. And whenever you feel that it's a good time for you to go, to waken yourself up and you feel satisfied from the Shavasana, slowly, slowly go up. Send gratitude to yourself. In yoga, we always ended our practice with putting the hands, the thumb of our hands on the heart, in a symbolize of gratitude to ourselves, to our teacher, and to everything else that we want to be gratitude in the world. And say namaste. That namaste, it's actually an Hindu word, like all of this yoga, that means that the light in me, the delight of the divine in me, honors, see and respect the light and the divine of each one of you. Namaste. Thank you.